welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to another exciting episode of Extreme Exotic Whips. I know it's been like ages since the last time I even put up anything. Actually, it was about like a week, maybe 2 weeks. I've been like busy working, just getting off of work because I'm still in the uniform. So we about to go check out the 440i. Because I didn't get a chance to give y'all a POV. So we're about to head to my boy like right now. And I got roasted in the comments last time. I know with the gum. So don't worry, no gum chewing this time. So without further ado, let me hurry up and get up there and let's get this video on the road. And we'll be back in about probably like 5 minutes for you. 5 minutes for me, but like 1 second for y'all. But we'll be back.
A few moments later.
Alright, and just like that, we are here and the car is waiting for us though. So don't worry, I'm not chewing no gum, guys. I'm not chewing no gum. So like I said before, I got roasted in the comments last time. I wasn't even paying like any attention. Like I was like crazy hungry in that video. So sorry for the disrespect and sorry for the grossness though. So we about to get into the M440i without further ado. All right, and here we are back, looking clean as ever. Oh yeah, we are back though, and the man in the out of the hour is like right here. Oh man, these doors, they feel so heavy but so satisfying to open. See, we even got the new mats down here and everything. Well, these not mats, it's actually paper, but can't mess up the weather tech, you know? So, are you ready?
Let's do this. I'm excited. Welcome back to everyone who's watching again. And you guys have to give my guy Custom some slack, all right? We had some trolls last time, it's understandable. The car came a little later than expected, so I believe it's going to be the same design for 2023 anyway, so you could technically say it's 2022, 2023. So
yeah, definitely got roasted for that.
Just to correct, it is a 2022 M440i, so those people in the comments, keep trolling. What we're gonna do today is, thanks to John, he really wanted to get like an in-depth type of review for this vehicle, and this is the first time I actually have gone German. Before this, I had an Alpha, and I really never really got a chance to really enjoy the German technology, and we'll kind of get to see that now because after a couple of months of playing around with the car. There are really some really cool hidden features that this car has that I guess car savvy people really wouldn't care, but yeah, we're gonna get to experience all the different types of modes the car has to offer. We'll also go over the Eco Pro mode, which I believe a lot of people will use on a day-to-day basis, but sometimes don't really understand what's going on in terms of the mechanics, and maybe we'll get a launch in and we'll see.
Oh, a launch? Oh, yeah, snap.
So we'll see what we can do with this thing. All right, so let's do this. So normally how BMW works is normally when you're starting a car after a long time of idling, it will always default in comfort mode. I think I mentioned in the video before that comfort is it's more or less just like a well-balanced type of drive. It's more refined. You're not going to get a sporty feel, and the steering wheel is, it's in the name itself, comfort. So the throttle response, how the exhaust sounds will change depending on what mode you're in. Comfort will be there'll be some engine noise, but nothing too crazy. All the popping and the burbling you will kind of get in Sport Plus, in sport mode, and Eco is you're going to really start to see how the battery works. So you ready to do this?
Oh, definitely.
All right, let's go. I'm in drive and let's go. So here we are driving in comfort mode. Like I said, it's very balanced. You don't really hear much, but this is your go-to mode if you're just sticking to daily driving. Don't want too much noise out there, as I said. So you're gonna get a little bit of a engine response, but not too much. Steering is really relaxed. You can go on long trips with this baby. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable how well they were able to really focus on the driver's preferences when making this car. We we always talk about M440i being like the sportier side of driving, but they really decided to focus on both sportiness but also on the luxury side of things. So comfort is very self-explanatory. We really don't really have much other things to say in this mode. So now we're gonna go ahead and just kick it into Sport Plus. So automatically you hear the throttle already kicking in.
All right.
So you get some burbles, and trust me, if you like to drive in manual mode, I prefer that, where I get to control the throttle myself. Like, you can really get some power out of this car. So here we go. So yeah, so you hear some of the burbles right there. It's an unbelievable drive.
Wow.
Yeah. To be honest with you, that was probably the first thing I did as soon as I got the car. I know a lot of people will say, oh, braking and stuff like that, but trust me, once you're driving for a couple hundred miles, the rings are going to be embedded. Like, it's not like it's going to still be loose. So it's good to get those RPMs quick, but not for too long, obviously. So really enjoy this on Sport Plus. Like, it's just anytime you want power is going to give it to you. And of course, if you want to kick it into the Steptronic mode, the computer does a really good job of controlling the throttles for you. So it's like you don't even have to do anything. So if I floor it, the most lower gear will be kicked in right away to give you that throttle that you wanted. If you want to control yourself, you could. But yeah, this is what the kind of drive is like. It's really awesome, and
sheesh.
Yeah, no, it can really pull when you want it to. And like, here's the thing, you'll be driving. Like right now, we're actually like going around like 80 miles per hour, and it feels like you're going at 50. That's another thing that they're really good with this car is like, most cars sometimes you will really feel that pull. With this car, it's like you won't feel it as much, but you're going super fast. Like, you just pay attention to your mirrors, and you will see how fast you're really going. So
when that white Lamborghini comes straight.
Exactly. So right now we hear the engine response, right? So now in a bit, I'm just gonna. So you hear the gears are dropping. Now watch what happens when I switch to Eco Pro.
I hear nothing.
You hear almost practically nothing. So what's really cool about this car is, as you're braking the car and or basically letting go of the gas pedal, the car will basically, what it will do is it will charge up the mild hybrid system, the battery that's in part of the engine, which is, I think, it's a 48 volt battery. So basically what happens is the computer will start to program itself and give you a lot of restriction as you accelerate. So you're not really hitting RPMs. Now, of course, if you really floor it, it will try to give power as much as it needs. Like, we're going up a hill right now, so we hear a little bit of engine noise, but as soon as we get to an even surface, you're not going to hear a damn thing. And that's what it's doing, is the battery's kicking in and it's practically coasting. So we're at a red light right now. Once we get past that, I'll kind of really show you how this works. But a better way to show you this, there's actual a visual display that you can follow. This is kind of what I used originally to really learn how the system works. So right now it's showing that the engine is running, and that's because my foot is on the brake and we're at a complete stop. This shows the battery, how much battery energy is saved so far, and that's from all the I guess you could say speeding we were just doing right now that was used to charge the battery. So as you can see here, now it's showing charging the battery. That's what I was talking about, because right now let go of the gas pedal, and now it's using that energy that we use to charge up the battery. And basically, once we start hitting the highway again, you're gonna see how the coasting really works. If you're familiar with the tachometer that BMW has embedded on all the new late models, on Eco Pro mode you have MPG on this side instead of RPM, and once you're at the 90 mark you will see a ready sign. That means that basically you're on coasting. So here we go. You're gonna see it kick in right now. Here it is. See, you don't hear the engine, and you're coasting. So now if I want to give it power, there's also electric motor assisting. So basically, if you have your lane keep assist and you're going through some swift turns, the car will practically steer itself for you. So basically, this is how the coasting works. And you can actually save, I don't want to say like, you're saving gas like a Tesla is. But what you're going to do is you're going to start to see, you're going to be saving like at least, I want to say 25 to 40% in regards to, towards miles towards your next fill up. And there is a meter that kind of keeps track of how much miles you have saved so far ever since getting the vehicle, and I'm at like 191 miles, and that's with 3,000 miles into the car already. Surprisingly, for a car with this much power, a 6-cylinder, mind you, I'm getting an average of 25, 26 miles per gallon. I mean, that's almost unheard of. You'll get that a lot with your 4-cylinder turbos, but with a 6-cylinder, I mean, that you don't really hear that often, and that's what BMW has really done a really great job with this car. And people are talking about save the manuals. I gotta say, save the damn hybrids too. I don't know if I'm ready to go all electric yet. You see that ready? That's how the EcoPro system works. So, me personally, with everything that's been going on lately, this is basically this is the mode that I tend to stick with most of the time. And now there's something really special about this EcoPro system. Some people think it's a Debbie Downer to get such a nice sporty car, but all you're doing is driving on eco most of the time. Now, there's a special function in this car where if you're on EcoPro mode and you don't want to switch to Sport Plus, but you want that instant power, there is a mode that's called Sprint mode. So what's really interesting about this car is as long as you're not in manual or the Steptronic, real quick, so obviously I think all Beamers know this, any mode that you're in, if you keep the Steptronic, you're going to get engine response again. So on EcoPro mode, you're back to comfort essentially. It's not really sporty. So because it still tries to control how much gas you're saving. So I'm going to switch back to automatic. I'm going to press and hold the minus clutch. And when I press and hold, it's going to activate my sprint mode. And it's going to kick it to the most lowest gear possible. So I'm going to show you right here. So I'm going to press and hold it. Sprint mode is activated. You hear the engine? And we're gone.
Yo!
And if I press and hold the plus sign, back to eco. Engine is gone.
Yo, okay.
So this is really good, especially where you're in the highway, because, we always driving in EcoPro mode, and let's just say you want to bypass some people. Kick it into the sprint, throttle, you get the throttle response, fly over, kick it right back in.
That's like instantaneous. And it's always good to it's always good to flip back and forth time to time, especially if you want that extra powers, because it helps charge the battery. So that's the one thing you always want to make sure is that the battery is always getting the charge that it needs so that it can continue to coast. Because what happens is when it's coasting, it's running on the battery. Once the battery starts depleting, it's going to start to charge up the battery again. So then the engine throttle response will be activated. Jeez.
So that's essentially what the driving mechanics are really like. I mean, if people are very interested to know how the software is in terms of navigation and stuff like that, it does a really good job keeping up with live traffic reports. It can you can get traffic cameras, speed cameras embedded into your route as you drive, so you will know when there's one nearby. The assistant is very useful. It pretty much has it to control most of the functions in the car that you need it to. So you want to call someone, go to a specific point of interest. It has a really good job using Google to find that for you. Your Google Assistant is also embedded to this car, so you just have to press the assistant button twice to switch to the Google Assistant. Yeah, I mean that's everything.
Wow.
You can know about this car, but yeah, but the driving mechanics is what really stands out compared to its rivals. Is to have this mild hybrid system work in a way where you actually have more control of it. I believe, the Lexus and AMG started releasing the same technology, but I'm not familiar with whether it follows, if you have that much control of the mild hybrid system like this car does.
Sheesh.
So
that was like a roll, like how can I describe that? Like you're moving, but then it's like you're doing like a.
it's like the best of both personalities.
It's like you know how you do like it's like a launch, but it's like a moving launch.
It was rolling. It rolling.
Yeah.
It was like a roll basically. Yeah, you can roll at whatever speed you want. But that's the thing. You want that power, it's gonna give it to you. And even if you don't want to use sprint, like while I'm even driving, I could like I said, I could switch to whatever mode I want. Sport Plus will give you the most dynamic performance of the car. Sprint mode is more of just your basic sport mode. So that's also one thing I do want to point out. So if you're looking to get a different, if you want to get like the maximum dynamic performance of this car, it's better to switch to Sport Plus and just going on throttle and just going. So, but everything about this car is great, man. It's, as I said, it's like the perfect package.
And it's all-wheel drive.
And it's all-wheel drive.
Which
yes.
Hence the reason why you had a choice to get an M, but you didn't because you needed to use this car in all seasons.
Correct. That's right. So
happy we had a chance to address that for those who ask why you didn't get the M.
So I'm trying to think of where we can get a nice launch of this car. I just got to make sure
The next day.
Oh, it is the next day, and yes, we are back on the job because I have no life. And now you got those driving impressions as well as the features, and also the reason why he got the 440i instead of getting the M4. But yeah, I do fit him on that because it does snow here, and rear-wheel driving going nowhere in that snow. But as always, I'm not going to stretch this out any longer. Like, comment, and subscribe, and keep those post notifications on so you don't miss a beat. And I know I've been slow with the uploading, but a lot of work needs to be done, and I have a birthday coming up. And yeah, that's just about it. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. We out.